If you pulled a ticket today and just started coding without asking the first question, that is why you are stuck in a mid-level engineering career. I have audited data teams that deployed code every day, closed 500 tickets a year, and still had no business impact. And guess what? Those are the teams that get cut when the budget tightens. These are the critical questions that separate ticket takers from architects. Ignoring them is costing your company millions in tech debt and costing you $60,000 a year in salary. Let's talk about how to stop closing tickets and start leading projects. I had this absolute awesome engineer. He would dive into anything that he was asked to do, and he would build full pipelines overnight. This one time, he built a marketing VP a new gold layer table for their report on sales won by marketing campaign. The VP loved it. The report showed his campaigns were performing 10% over their target. He walked into his next executive monthly review feeling bulletproof. And then the CFO pulled up the official dashboard. After that executive review, I got a call to explain why the new report showed that revenue was up when everything else showed that revenue was flat for the month. There was a 5% variance between the two. That engineer ended up breaking the first cardinal rule of data engineering. Always check, is this data already available somewhere? Junior engineers end up mistaking speed for competence. They want to prove that they could build fast, that they don't even think to look for what already exists. In that one afternoon, we didn't just lose a report. We lost trust and political capital. If you create a new dataset without validating it against the existing source of truth, you aren't providing insights. You're creating confusion, and confusion is what gets teams laid off. I had a senior engineer that spent a full quarter refactoring 4,500 lines of Python code that was being used to update all of our customer leads. It was messy. It had hard-coded logic. It was written by a developer that had long since left the company. He spent 3 months rewriting it. He cut the code in half, made it modular, and it was really well done. But when the budget cuts came around, I had to fight tooth and nail to keep his job. Why? Because he didn't stop to ask, what business problem does this actually solve? And none of it changed anything. Cloud costs didn't decrease, the output didn't change, nothing ran faster, no new insights were generated. The bottom line, nothing changed. From a pure business perspective, the impact was $50,000 in salary to deliver the same thing that we already had. Invisible work gets you fired. I often see resumes with bullet points like real-time reporting with Kafka, built a lakehouse in Fabric, refactored legacy code. I don't care. If you can't draw a straight line from your code to the business goal that it impacts and the company's bottom line, delete it from your resume right now. The true senior knows that clean code is a luxury and profitable code is a requirement. If a project doesn't move the needle on revenue or risk, have the courage to say, no, we don't have time to do this right now. We need to make business impact. I had a newly promoted senior engineer that was eager to prove that she was leadership material. She started working with the sales director to get data from a homegrown system. The data was a nightmare. It came in as nested XML from structures from 2010. She spent 8 weeks parsing and flattening that data, getting it into a usable state. She worked late nights, she worked weekends, she even worked a holiday to get it done. She knew that it would pay off for her in the end. She completed that project just after Labor Day. What she didn't ask, what she didn't know, was that we were already working to decom that system. By Thanksgiving, we had migrated to a new platform that already had clean JSON from API calls, and the data was available out of the box. Her 8 weeks of XML parsing wiped out. She burned 2 months of salary and missed family time to build a bridge to absolutely nowhere. Where did she go wrong? It's the strategy check. Does this align with where the business is going or where it's been? The difference between a senior engineer and a staff engineer isn't code, it's situational awareness. Don't be a ticket taker. I could get those from any Taco Bell drive-thru anywhere. If you want to stop being a data janitor and start being a strategic partner, you need to audit your current projects today. Take your top 3 projects and ask, does this already exist? Does this solve a verified business problem? And will this system still exist in 6 months? If the answer to any of these is no, or you can't find the answer, go out, find a product manager or director, and start asking the hard questions. And when you're ready to start delivering that PR, make sure that you watch this so that you don't fall into these 10 traps that will end your career.